My child, before you close your eyes tonight, I need you to hear this. I have watched you carry that tired body through another long day. I watched you rub your shoulder when you thought no one was looking. I heard the quiet sigh you made when you climbed the stairs. I saw you pause at the mirror this morning, and I heard the words you said to yourself. You think you are simply getting old. You think this weariness is all that is left for you. You think your best days are behind you, folded away like old photographs in a drawer. My child, that is not the truth. That is not my plan for you. Tonight, while you rest, I am going to begin a work of renewal in you. Not just in your body, but in your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Every part of you that feels worn out, every part that feels used up, every part that aches, I see it all, and none of it is beyond my reach. This message found you tonight for a reason. Out of all the noise in this world, my voice reached you. That was not an accident. That was me calling your name. Think of it, my child. Of all the videos, all the voices, all the endless scrolling rivers of this age, you are here, at this hour, on this night, hearing this. Do you really believe that is chance? I have been trying to get a quiet moment with you for a long time. The world kept interrupting. Tonight, finally, the house is still. The day is done, and it is just us. There are words in this message that were prepared for you specifically. You will know them when they land, because they will fit an ache you never told anyone about. Stay until you hear them, so do not scroll past. Do not turn away. Stay with me until the very end, and let me do what only I can do. The renewal I am bringing tonight is not a lecture. It is a bath for the soul, my child. You do not rush a bath. Let every word soak. Before we go further, my child, I ask one small thing of you. If you believe that I am able to renew your strength, type Amen below. Let it be your declaration of faith tonight. When you write that one word, you are not writing to a screen. You are answering me. And I hear every single Amen that rises from a sincere heart. And if you want my words to find you again tomorrow, and the night after, and every night when the world grows quiet and heavy, then subscribe to this channel and press the bell. Think of it as leaving a door open for me. A small act, but through it, my comfort will find its way back to you again and again. And while your hands are there, my child, look at the comments below for a moment before you settle in. Do you see them? Hundreds of my children from every corner of the earth, all awake tonight, all tired, all reaching for the same rest you are reaching for. Grandmothers in Texas, widowers in Florida, nurses coming off night shifts. You thought you were alone tonight. Look how untrue that is. Leave a word for them if you wish, a blessing, a simple praying for you all. It costs you 30 seconds, and someone 3,000 miles away will read it at their lowest hour and feel the family of faith around them. That is church, my child, happening at midnight, and you are part of it. Now enough of the doorway. Come in and let me begin. Now settle into your bed. Let your head rest. Take one slow, deep breath. Turn the lamp low if it is not low already. Let the phone lie face down and finished with its day. Pull the blanket to where it is right. This hour belongs to us now. The world had you all day. It can wait until morning. For the next while, there is nothing you must do, nothing you must fix, nothing you must be. Only a child in a bed, listening to a father who has been waiting all day for exactly this. And listen, my child, I see you. I do not see you the way the world sees you. The world glances and moves on. I look and I stay. I see the body you live in, the one you have carried for all these years. I know it better than any doctor ever could, because I formed it with my own hands before you took your first breath. I counted your bones. I wove your nerves like fine threads. I set your heart beating before anyone knew your name. And I see what the years have written on that body. I see your knees, the ones that ache when you rise from your chair. They have knelt beside children's beds. They have knelt in prayer through nights of trouble. They have carried you upstairs and across parking lots and down hospital corridors. Every ache in them is a record of a life that did not sit still. I see your hands. Look at them, my child. The world may call them old, but I call them faithful. Those hands have cooked 10,000 meals. They have buttoned tiny coats. They have signed papers, planted gardens, wiped away tears that no one else even noticed. Those hands have folded in prayer more times than you can remember. I remember every time. I see your back, the one that carried burdens that were never yours to carry alone. You lifted children, and then you lifted grandchildren. You lifted boxes when you moved, and worries when you could not sleep. You bent over sick beds and stoves and desks. Your back grew tired because your love never did. I see your eyes, the ones that need more light now to read the words on a page. Those eyes have watched loved ones leave this world and new babies come into it. They have cried in bathrooms with the door locked so no one would worry. They have searched the ceiling at 3 in the morning, asking questions you never spoke out loud. I heard every one of those questions, my child. I see your heart, not just the one that beats in your chest, though I watch over every beat. I see the deeper heart, the one that still feels like a young person trapped in a body that no longer keeps up. The one that remembers dancing and running and lifting things without thinking twice. The one that grieves quietly for the strength that used to come so easily. I see how tired you are when you wake up. You sleep, and yet you rise unrested, as if the night took more than it gave. You drink your coffee and tell everyone you are fine, but I know the truth. The tiredness is not only in your muscles, it is in your soul. I see the medicine bottles on your counter. I see how you line them up morning and evening, and how sometimes you stare at them and wonder how it came to this. I see the appointments written on your calendar, the waiting rooms, the tests, the words from doctors that you turn over and over in your mind at night. I see the fear that hides underneath it all, the fear you never say at the dinner table. What if it gets worse? What if I become a burden? What if my body fails me before my purpose is finished? My child, breathe. I am not finished with this body, and I am certainly not finished with you. Let me walk through one of your days with you, my child, so you know how closely I have been watching. 6 in the morning, or 5, or 4, because your body no longer waits for the alarm. The first negotiation, rolling to the edge of the bed, the pause there, sitting, letting the dizziness pass, letting the blood remember its roots. The first steps, flat and careful, one hand near the wall. The bathroom mirror, and the decision not to look too long. The stairs, taken like a mountain pass, one hand on the rail, both feet on each step, the small prayer you do not even notice you pray. Let me not fall. The pills with breakfast, the reading glasses found after a search, the jar that will not open, and the small defeat of asking for help, or the small victory of the rubber grip, or the quiet decision to have something else instead. The afternoon heaviness that arrives like a tide, and the nap you take or fight, and the guilt either way. The evening, earliest of any one you know, dinner at 5, the shows, the doors checked twice, the long preparation for bed, creams and pills, and the arranging of pillows like sandbags against the night's aches. My child, I have witnessed every single one of these small hours, thousands of times over. And I want to tell you what I see when I watch them. I do not see decline. I see discipline. I see a soldier maintaining the post. I see a steward taking scrupulous care of the one body entrusted to them. The world would call your days small. I call them faithful. And faithfulness in small things is, in my kingdom, the very definition of greatness. I see your invisible pain too, my child. The kind that does not show. The ache that lives in you so constantly that you have stopped mentioning it. Because what is there to say? The pain the tests cannot find, that the young doctor raised an eyebrow at, that even your family has quietly filed away as just how they are now. You have learned to smile through a body that hurts, to say fine when you are at a 6, to sit through dinners, church, birthdays, present, pleasant, and privately burning. My child, hear this and let it heal something. I have never once doubted your pain. I do not need scans to see it. I feel it with you. Every flare, every stab, every long, dull afternoon of it. You have never exaggerated to me, and you have never needed to minimize either. In this room, tonight, with me, your pain is fully believed. And the courage it takes to be pleasant while hurting, the world will never give you a medal for that, so I will. It is one of the braveries I record most carefully. I see the deeper fear too, my child, the one beneath all the others. I will say it so you do not have to. You are afraid of becoming dependent, afraid of the day the car keys are discussed, afraid of the walker, then the wheelchair, then the bed, afraid of becoming work for your children, afraid of a room in a facility with your whole life reduced to a shelf of photographs, afraid of strangers doing for you what you have always done for yourself, afraid of losing, one by one, the small sovereignties that make a person feel like a person. There it is, spoken. Breathe, my child. Now hear me, and hear me all the way down. Listen, O house of Jacob, I have carried you from the womb, and even to your old age I am he. Even to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made, and I will bear. I will carry, and I will deliver you. That is my word, written centuries ago, for this exact fear, for this exact night, for you. Whatever comes, and I am not promising you the hardest road. My child, most of those feared rooms you will never enter. But whatever comes, it will not come without me in it. If ever other hands must help you, my hands will be inside their hands. If ever your world grows smaller, I will fill the smaller world more densely with my presence, so that it feels not like a shrinking, but like a concentrating of love. Your dignity does not live in your independence, my child. It never did. It lives in being mine, and that can never be taken, not by age, not by illness, not by any room in any building on this earth. I see what the news does to you as well. The wars you cannot stop, the prices you cannot vote down, the world your grandchildren will inherit, changing faster than anyone can steer it. You watch and you worry and you feel so powerless. One old heart against a burning world. But my child, you have never been powerless. You hold the weapon that moves my hand. You pray. And the fervent prayer of a righteous person avails much, much, that is my word. While the world runs its noisy errands, the praying grandmothers and grandfathers of the earth are holding back more darkness than any army. You are among them. Your worry is love with nowhere to go. So give it somewhere to go, every morning, into my hands. And then leave the governing of the world to the one who has managed it since before the mountains were born. I see the comparisons too. The friend your age who still plays golf, the neighbor who travels, the cousin who takes no pills at all and mentions it, and the quiet shame that follows. Why is my body failing faster? What did I do wrong? My child, stop. You did nothing wrong. Bodies are as different as stories, and yours has carried loads that no one else has carried. I know, because I watched you carry them. Comparison is a thief, and it steals from the wrong house. Your path is yours. When Peter asked me about John's path, I said, "What is that to you? You follow me." I say the same to you tonight with all tenderness. What is their ease to you, beloved? You follow me. Your grace is measured for your road, and it will not run short. And I see how much of your life has become waiting, my child. Waiting rooms, waiting for results, waiting for calls that come late or not at all, waiting for visits, waiting for the pain to pass, for the night to end, for the season to turn. You feel like life has parked you in a corridor. But I want to show you what waiting is in my kingdom. Waiting is where I do my deepest visits. They that wait upon the Lord. That is the promise's address, my child. The corridor is not where life stopped. It is where I sit down next to you. From tonight, every waiting room becomes a chapel. Every delay becomes an appointment with me. You will never wait alone again, because you will know who is sitting in the next chair. I see the mornings when everything hurts and you get up anyway. Do you know what that is? The world calls it stubbornness. I call it courage. Every morning you rise on aching joints is a quiet act of faith, and I have seen every single one. I see how you compare yourself to who you used to be. You look at old photographs and feel like a stranger to your own past. You remember carrying groceries in one trip, working all day and still having strength in the evening, sleeping deep and waking new. And I see how you speak to yourself now. Useless, you whisper. Worn out, too old, falling apart. My child, those words wound me because you are speaking about someone I love. You would never speak that way about your dearest friend, yet you say it to yourself in the dark where you think no one hears. I hear, and I must speak of the tender, broken places in the family, my child, because I see those too, and I know they hurt worse than any joint or bone. The child who does not call. You check the phone more than you admit. You compose messages and delete them. You remember the little hand that once would not let go of yours in parking lots, and you do not understand the road from there to this silence, and you review every year of it, looking for the wrong turn. The words said at that one holiday that neither side has found the way back from. The distances that grew slowly without any single quarrel to blame. The grandchildren you see less than your heart requires. The school events you hear about afterward. The growing up happening in photographs. The brother or sister you have not truly spoken to in years over something that mattered terribly then and matters less and less now, except that the silence itself has become the thing that matters. My child, I see you carry these like stones sewn into the lining of your coat, invisible to everyone, weighing every single day. Hear me now. I am the God of prodigals and of the parents who wait for them. I know how that waiting feels. I have done more of it than anyone who has ever lived. And I will tell you what I know. The story is not over. Hearts turn, my child. I turn them. Rivers of years can change course in a single afternoon. One phone call, one softening, one small mercy that no one can explain. I have watched 10,000 family silences end, and almost none of them ended the way anyone predicted. Your part is not to fix it tonight. Your part is to keep the door of your heart unlocked and to hand me the stones from your coat. I will keep working on the roads between you and yours. I am very good with roads. And every prayer you have ever prayed over that child, that sibling, that rift, still alive, still working, still watering ground you cannot see. I see the loneliness that weariness brings. When your body slows down, the world speeds past you, and some days you feel invisible. People no longer ask what you dream about. They only ask about your health, and even then, they hurry the answer. You have become, in some rooms, a person others talk around instead of talking to. But I have never once talked around you. Every word I speak to you. I see the nights, my child, the hardest hours, when the house is silent and the pain gets louder. When you shift from side to side, searching for a position that does not hurt. when your mind replays every worry like an old song you cannot turn off, when you finally drift off near dawn and wake more tired than before. I have been there for every one of those nights, sitting with you, watching over you, waiting for the moment you would turn your face toward me, like you are doing right now. I see how the world has sped up around you, my child. Everything is screens now, and passwords, and machines that talk. You press the wrong button and feel foolish, though you have done nothing foolish at all. The young ones fly through it without thinking, and sometimes they sigh when you ask for help, and that small sigh cuts deeper than they know. You come from a time when things were held in the hand and fixed with patience, and now the world tells you in 100 small ways that your time is over. My child, hear me clearly. The world's clock is not my clock. Wisdom does not expire. Kindness does not go out of date. And a heart that is learned to love through 60, 70, 80 winters is worth more to me than all the speed of the young. I see the weather living in your bones. You feel the rain before the clouds arrive. Your joints announce the cold like faithful watchmen. You wake stiff, and the first steps of the morning are slow negotiation between your will and your body. You move through your kitchen holding the counter, and you make your coffee, and you begin again. Every single morning, you begin again. Do you know how beautiful that is to me? I see the quiet kitchen table, the chair across from you that stays empty, or the conversations that have grown short. I see you eating alone some evenings, with the television on for company, not because you love the program, but because the silence is too loud. I see you washing one plate, one cup, one fork, and remembering when the sink was full and the house was noisy, and you dreamed of a little peace. Now the peace is here, and it is heavier than the noise ever was. I see the phone calls with your children, how you say, "I'm fine, everything is fine, don't worry about me," how you make your voice bright for their sake, how you carry your aches privately so they can live their lives freely. That is love, my child. That is a mother's love, a father's love, the kind that hides its own pain to protect its children. But you do not have to hide anything from me. I want the true voice. I want the unbrightened words. Bring me the version of you that no one else gets to see. That is the one I am holding tonight. And I see those of you caring for another, a husband who is fading, a wife who is ill, a friend who depends on you. You are tired in a way that has no name, giving strength you do not have, grieving someone who is still beside you. My child, I see every hidden act of that daily love. Not one spoonful, not one gentle word, not one exhausted midnight is invisible to me. You are doing holy work in ordinary clothes, and heaven watches you with honor. I see your body the way you cannot see it, as a house of memories. These arms held newborns. This chest is where loved ones cried and found comfort. This lap was a child's first throne. This voice sang lullabies that another soul still carries somewhere in their deepest memory. When you look in the mirror, you see wear and age. I look at the same body and see a lifetime of love recorded in every line. And I see what no one else can see. I see the person inside, the you that never aged. The spirit I placed within you is not 70 or 60 or 80. It is eternal. It is as young tonight as the day I breathed it into you. The shell is weathered, my child, but the treasure inside is only grown more precious. The world looks at gray hair and sees an ending. I look at you and see a masterpiece still being finished. And let me speak of the nights more deeply, my child, because I know what 3 in the morning looks like in your house. I know the ceiling you stare at. I know the way you turn your pillow, looking for the cool side, looking for the position where your hip does not complain, where your shoulder does not pull, where your back agrees to be quiet for a while. I know how sleep behaves like a shy guest now. It used to arrive the moment you called. Now it stands outside the door, and you wait, and you count, and you breathe, and still it will not come in. And when it finally comes, it does not stay. 2 hours, 3. Then you are awake again in the dark, and the clock says it is too early to rise and too late to hope for real rest. And you lie there in that no man's land between night and morning. I know what visits you in that hour, my child. That is when the mind opens its old files. The conversation from 30 years ago you wish had gone differently. The face of someone you could not save. The words you said in anger to someone who is no longer alive to hear your apology. The bills, the tests, the children, the world. 3 in the morning is when everything feels final and broken and too late. But I want you to know something about that hour. I am most present in it. When the whole street sleeps and you lie awake, you are not the only one awake in that house. I keep watch beside your bed like a sentinel who never grows tired. Some of the most precious hours of your life, hours you count as suffering, have been hours you unknowingly spent alone with me. From tonight on, when you wake in the dark, do not think, "Here is my insomnia again." Think, "Here is my Father, and He is awake with me." And speak to me, even one sentence, and let me carry you back down into sleep. I see your mind too, my child, not just your body. I see the small forgettings that frighten you more than any ache. The name that would not come when the face was right in front of you. The reason you walked into the room, gone by the time you arrived. The keys in the wrong place. The word on the tip of your tongue that stayed there, hiding. I see the joke you make about it. Senior moment, you say, and everyone laughs. And I see the fear underneath the joke, the one you never say out loud. What if this is the beginning? What if I lose myself? What if I become someone my family visits out of duty? Someone who looks at their faces and cannot find their names. My child, come here, closer. That fear is one of the heaviest stones a human heart can carry, and you have been carrying it in secret. Give it to me tonight. Hear what is true. Every memory you have ever made is safe with me. Every single one. Nothing that has ever happened to you is lost from my keeping. Not one birthday, not one kiss, not one summer evening. If the day ever comes When your mind misplaces some of its treasures, know this: I hold the originals. Nothing of you can be lost while I am your God. And you can never wander to any place, even inside your own mind, where I cannot find you, hold you, and call you by name. You will never be lost to me. Never. And I see the losses, my child, the long arithmetic of your years, the address book with the crossed-out names, the phone numbers you cannot bring yourself to delete, the funerals that have slowly replaced the weddings. Every year the circle grows smaller. The friends who knew you when you were young, who remember the same songs, the same streets, the same versions of you, one by one, they have gone home. And each one took a piece of your history with them. There are stories now that only you remember, jokes that no living person would understand. You have become the last keeper of whole rooms of memory, and some days the loneliness of that is more than you can say. I see you at those funerals, my child, sitting in the pew, saying goodbye, and quietly wondering who will be left for mine. Hear me. Every one of those goodbyes that broke your heart, I was there, and I have kept count of your tears. My word says I collect them in a bottle, every single one. Not one tear of yours has ever fallen to the ground unnoticed. And those you have lost, the ones who loved me, they are not in your past, my child. They are in your future. Heaven is not a place where your treasures go to disappear. It is where they go to wait for you. The circle you watched grow smaller on earth has been growing larger on the other side, filling up with familiar faces, saving you a seat. I see how the world's systems make you feel small, too. The doctor who talks to the computer screen more than to you. The 15-minute appointments for problems that took years to grow. The phone menus that never lead to a human voice. The forms, the copays, the specialists who know your file, but not your story. You come home from those appointments feeling processed, not seen. A number, a chart, a body on a conveyor belt. My child, I am the physician who never rushes you. My waiting room is empty because you are always next. I know your whole story, not just your symptoms, but your battles, your bravery, the nights behind the numbers. When the system makes you feel like a file, come to me and be a beloved child again. That is your true chart, and in it is written, precious, honored, and mine. I see, too, how the taste has faded from things, my child. We should speak of this because you have noticed it and it worries you. The food that does not delight the way it used to. The garden that gives you more duty than wonder some days. The music you love, playing in the background of your attention instead of the center of your heart. The hobbies waiting in cupboards. Even the visits, even the good days. Sometimes you move through them like a guest at your own table, present but not filled. The world has a gray word for this and a pill for it, and sometimes those help and are right. But often, my child, what you are feeling is simpler and older. A soul that has been giving out delight for 70 years and has forgotten that it too must be refilled. You have poured wonder into everyone else's cup, made the holidays magic for the children, kept the birthdays, celebrated everyone's everything. When did anyone last pour wonder into yours? Tonight, I begin the refilling. That is part of this renewal too. Not just strength for your body, but savor for your days. Watch in the coming weeks how small delights begin to land again. A taste, a song, a slant of light that suddenly reaches you all the way down. That will be me restoring the years. Not just their length, my child, but their sweetness. I see the birthdays as well, how the numbers began to sound strange in your own mouth, how each new decade arrived like a border crossing into a country you never planned to visit, how the cards and the candles are sweet and something underneath them stings. One more year gone, and how many left, whispers the arithmetic you try not to do. My child, let me teach you heaven's arithmetic instead. You do not have a number of years left. You have a number of appointments left. Appointments with joy, with purpose, with people who need you, with me. And I am still scheduling new ones into your calendar every week. Teach us to number our days, the psalmist prayed, that we may gain a heart of wisdom, not a heart of dread. Number them like treasure, my child, coin by coin, not like sand running out. Every morning you wake is not a subtraction, it is a deposit. And I see the questions you have been afraid to ask me, my child. The ones underneath everything. Why did you allow it? The loss, the illness, the year that broke us. Where were you that night? Why them and not me? Why me and not them? Why do the cruel prosper and the gentle bury their children? Why does an old woman who prayed her whole life ache alone in a quiet house? You have kept these questions in a locked drawer, fearing they were sins. My child, take them out. Put them on the table between us. I am not offended by honest questions. I wrote a whole book of them into my scriptures. Job asked, David asked, the prophets asked. My own son on the cross asked why. I will not pretend to hand you all the answers tonight. Some of them would not fit through the doorway of this world, and some are kept for the morning when you will see face to face and know as you are known. But I will tell you what is true and load-bearing tonight. Nothing that happened to you happened because I stopped loving you. Nothing was punishment that I had already forgiven. Nothing was wasted. I have been weaving even the worst threads into a fabric you will one day see whole and gasp and understand. And in every worst night of your life, I was not far away, allowing it coldly. I was in it with you, closer than your breath, catching every tear in the bottle, holding what you could not hold. You do not need all the answers to sleep tonight, my child. You need to know the answerer is good, and he is here. And I see what the calendar does to you. The seasons that used to mean things. Spring, when you planted more than you plant now. Summer, when the house filled with children's noise, then grandchildren's noise, and now fills mostly with light. The holidays, my child, I know the holidays are the hardest. The table that needs fewer chairs, the traditions that ended not by decision but by slow surrender. The first year you did not put up all the decorations, and how you told yourself it was simpler when the truth was it hurt. I see you brace yourself when the holidays approach, joy and grief arriving in the same box. My child, I am the God of every season, not just the full ones. There is a time for everything under heaven, and no season of your life is a mistake or a leftover. Even this quiet one has its appointed purpose and its hidden gifts, and I am in it with you, as fully as I was in the loud and crowded years. And I see something else, my child, something you would never claim for yourself. I see your faithfulness, the quiet, unphotographed, uncelebrated faithfulness of your ordinary days. Nobody gives medals for it, nobody posts about it, but heaven keeps perfect records. Every morning you chose kindness when bitterness would have been easier. Every promise you kept when keeping it cost you. Every time you showed up, to work, to church, to family dinners, to hospital bedsides, when your own heart was heavy. Every small prayer whispered over people who never knew you prayed for them. Do you know what your prayers have done, my child? You will not know until you stand with me and see it all. Storms that turned aside, children who found their way home, healings that families called luck. So much of what you prayed for in secret, I answered in secret. Your knees helped hold up more of this world than you will ever guess. The world measures a life by what it builds and earns. I measure a life by what it loves and gives. And by my measure, my child, you are wealthy beyond counting. I see one more hidden room in your heart, my child, the one where you keep the question of being remembered. You have been the rememberer for everyone else, the keeper of birthdays, the teller of the family stories, the one who knows which great uncle built the house and how your parents met. And late at night, you wonder, when I am gone, who will remember me? Will the grandchildren tell my stories? Will my name come up at the holiday table? Or will I become a photograph they cannot quite place, a face in a frame in someone's attic? And deeper than that, you wonder if the life itself will have mattered. No monuments, no books written about you, just years of quiet love poured into people who were often too busy to notice the pouring. My child, let me tell you how heaven keeps records. Every cup of cold water given in love is written down. Every hidden sacrifice, every unthanked kindness, every prayer prayed over a sleeping child, every dollar quietly slipped to someone struggling, recorded. Not one act of your love has ever gone unwitnessed, because I was the witness. The world builds monuments of stone that strangers walk past. You have built monuments of flesh and soul. Children who know how to love because you loved them. Grandchildren who will someday comfort their own children with words they first heard in your kitchen. Kindnesses still traveling from person to person like light from a star, long after leaving you. You will not be forgotten, my child. Your name is written in my book, engraved on the palms of my hands, and my memory does not fade. And when you finally stand before me, the record of your quiet life will be read out, and I suspect you will weep at how much of it you yourself had forgotten, and how none of it, not one single moment of it, was ever lost. I see your regrets too. We must speak of them gently, because they grow loudest at night. The road not taken, and the one taken too long. The dream you folded up and put away in some year of responsibility and never took out again. The business never started. The book never written. The country never visited. The piano in the corner. The words you did not say. The "I love you" that stayed behind your teeth at a deathbed. The apology you owed and the one you deserved and never received. The years a quarrel ate out of a friendship, out of a family, out of your one life. I see you take these regrets out at night and turn them over and over, as if enough turning could change their shape. My child, put them down. Listen to me. You made your choices with the light you had at the time. You were younger, more afraid, more burdened than your memory admits. The person who made those choices deserves your mercy, not your midnight prosecutions. And what cannot be changed can still be redeemed. That is my specialty. I am the God who makes streams in the desert, who brings harvests out of buried things. Some of your regrets I will teach you to release. Some I will quietly turn into wisdom that saves someone else's road. And some doors you thought were closed forever, my child, you may find they were only waiting for a different season. But the turning over and over at midnight, that ends tonight. Regret is a debt collector with no legal claim on a forgiven soul. When it knocks again, send it to me. I see the other side of your bed, my child. For some of you, someone still sleeps there, the one who has grown old beside you. And I see how the love has changed shape over the years. Less fire now, more hearth. You worry over each other's coughs. You know each other's footsteps, each other's silences, which sigh means pain and which means memory. And underneath the ordinary days, I see the fear you both carry and never speak at breakfast. One of us will someday be here without the other. Bring me that fear, my child. Do not let it poison the sweet time you are living right now. I hold both of your tomorrows, and I will be there in every one of them, the shared ones and the ones beyond. Tonight, before you sleep, reach over. Take their hand for a moment. That hand is one of my greatest gifts to you. I put it in yours on purpose. And for others of you, the other side of the bed has been empty for a long time. And yet, you still sleep on your side. The shape of their absence lives in your house. Their glasses in the drawer you cannot empty. Their handwriting on old lists. Their voice fading now, which frightens you because forgetting the sound of it feels like losing them twice. My child, my dear child, come here. I was there the day they left, and I have been beside you every night since, in all the hours you thought you were enduring alone. Your love did not end, I know that. Love like that does not end. It only changed address. And the one who keeps them now is the same one holding you tonight. So you are not as far apart as the silence pretends. You are both in my hands, and my hands are not far from each other. I see the house itself, my child, and what it asks of you now. The gutters you should not climb to, the yard that used to take an afternoon and now takes a week, the repairs you postpone, the stairs you count, the quiet question growing in the back rooms of your mind. How long can I keep this up? And where would I even go? And what will happen to all these things, these rooms of a lifetime, when I cannot tend them anymore? I see how you carry that question alone, not wanting to trouble anyone. You are not alone in it. I have gone ahead of every one of your tomorrows, my child. I have already stood in each of them, and I am telling you, there is provision waiting in every single one. Decisions will be made at the right time with the right help, and I will be in the room when they are. Until then, do not live in rooms you have not been sent to yet. Live in this one. Tonight, your only task is rest. And I see your faith itself, my child, how even that has grown tired. You have prayed for so many years, sung the hymns 1,000 times, read the pages until the spine went soft. And some mornings now the words feel worn smooth, like coins handled too long. You go through the holy motions and wonder where the feeling went, and then you feel guilty for wondering. Faith fatigue, my child. Even my most faithful servants have known it. Elijah knew it under the broom tree when he had done everything right and still wanted to give up. Do you remember what I did with him? I did not scold him. I let him sleep. I fed him, and I spoke to him, not in the wind, not in the earthquake, not in the fire, but in a still, small voice. That is what I am doing with you tonight. No scolding, rest and food for the soul, and a still, small voice. Your faith is not dead, my child. It is tired, and tired is what I am best at. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. That promise covers faith too. Tonight, I am renewing even your believing. You have spent your whole life being strong for other people. Tonight, you do not have to be strong. Tonight, you only have to be mine. Because here is what I want you to understand, my child. I did not bring you this far to abandon you at the tired end of the road. I did not walk with you through every storm of your life just to watch you fade. The years you call your decline, I call your harvest. The season you fear, I have already filled with purpose. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are not too old, too weak, too late, or too far gone. You are seen, completely, tenderly, tonight. And now, my child, hear what I am doing about everything I see. I am renewing you, not someday, tonight. Beginning now, in this very hour, while you rest in my presence. My word promises this, and my word does not return empty. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That promise in Isaiah 40:31 was not written for someone else, my child. It was written for you, for tonight, for this bed you are lying in right now. Notice what I promised. Renewal, not replacement, not discarding what is worn and starting over. I renew. I take what exists and breathe new life into it. That is what I do with hearts. That is what I do with hope. And that is what I am doing with you. So let me begin part by part while you breathe slowly and listen. I am placing my peace upon your mind. Right now, as these words wash over you, I am quieting the voice that keeps replaying your worries, the fears about your health, the dread of tomorrow's appointments, the endless what-ifs. I am gathering them out of your thoughts the way a mother gathers scattered toys at the end of the day. The room of your mind is becoming orderly, quiet, ready for rest. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You came to me tonight, so the rest is yours. I am laying my hand on your weary heart, the one that has loved so much and lost so much. I heal the broken-hearted and bind up their wounds. That is who I am, my child. Feel the warmth of that truth settling in your chest. Your heart has beaten faithfully for you every minute of every year of your life. Tonight, I bless it. Tonight, I steady it. Tonight, I fill it with a peace it has not known in a long time. I am touching your tired shoulders, the place where you carry the invisible weight. Feel them loosen. You were never meant to carry your family, your future, and your fears all at once. Give the weight to me now. Cast your burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain you. I am taking the weight, my child. Let it go. Let your shoulders sink into the bed, lighter, softer, free. I am renewing your strength from the inside out. Deep in you, where no scan can see and no test can measure, I am pouring fresh oil into your lamp. My word says, I satisfy your mouth with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagle's. The eagle does not become a different bird, my child. It rises again with new feathers, new vigor, new fire. That is my promise moving through you tonight. New vigor for your days, new fire for your purpose. I am blessing your hands, the faithful ones. Every ache in them I see, and I am filling them with new reasons to move. Pages still to turn, gardens still to tend, faces still to hold, letters still to write. Your hands are not done blessing this world. I still have work that only those hands can do. I am strengthening your knees and steadying your steps. My word says, strengthen the weak hands and make firm the feeble knees. Say to those who are fearful-hearted, be strong, fear not, behold, your God will come. I have come, my child. I am here, and where I am, fear loses its grip and strength returns. I am watching over your body's healing in the ways you cannot see. Every night while you sleep, I am at work, mending, restoring, rebalancing, renewing. You were fearfully and wonderfully made, and the one who made you has never once stopped maintaining what he made. Trust my timing. trust my hands. Rest is not wasted time, my child. Rest is where I do some of my deepest work. So tonight, your sleep itself becomes medicine because you are sleeping in my presence. I am renewing your spirit most of all. Hear this and never forget it. Though your outer self is wasting away, your inner self is being renewed day by day. Day by day, my child. That is written in my word in 2 Corinthians, and it is happening in you right now. Every day you walk with me, the truest part of you grows stronger, brighter, younger. The world sees the shell and counts your years. I see the spirit and count your glory. I am answering the locked drawer questions with my presence, my child. The only answer that holds weight in the night. For every why you handed me, I am handing back an I am here. It is not evasion, my child. It is the deepest answer there is. When your children were small and frightened by things too big to explain, you did not give them lectures at midnight. You climbed the stairs. You sat on the bed. You said, I'm here. And it was enough, and they slept. I have climbed the stairs, my child. I'm sitting on the bed. I am here. And one day, I promise you this on my own name. Every why of your life will be answered in full light, and you will find that not one of them ends in cruelty. Every single one ends in a love you could not yet see the whole of. Until that morning, sleep on my I am here. Generations of my children have slept on it. It holds. I am renewing the savor of your days as I said I would. Tomorrow begins the refilling of your cup. Not duty first, but delight. I am assigning small wonders to find you. The exact taste of something loved long ago. A song arriving at the right moment. An old photograph that warms instead of wounds. A visit. A bird at the feeder that stays a little longer than usual, as if to be looked at. Receive them, my child. Do not wave them off as small. The manna was small. The mustard seed was small. Small is one of my favorite sizes. It fits through every door. I am restoring your joy. Not the shallow kind that depends on good news and easy days. My joy. The kind that hums quietly underneath everything, even pain, even uncertainty. The joy of the Lord is your strength, and I am giving you both tonight, the joy and the strength, woven together, one feeding the other. I am renewing your laughter, my child. Do not smile. I am serious about this. I remember your real laugh, not the polite one you use now, the one that agrees with the room, the real one, the one from your 20s, the one that took over your whole face, the one your friends could pick out of a crowded kitchen. I have missed it, my child. It has been rationed for years now, portioned out carefully, as if joy were being saved for an occasion that never quite comes. The occasion is your life, and it is still on. A merry heart does good, like medicine. I wrote that prescription long before any pharmacy filled one. So I am prescribing it now. Laughter, taken freely without guilt. At the absurdity of the crossword, at the dog, at the memory that is finally more funny than sad, at yourself gently, the way old friends laugh at each other. Watch for it, my child. In the coming days, I will send you things that are simply uselessly funny. When they come, do not portion. Laugh with your whole face. Heaven laughs along. I promise you it does. Joy is not the opposite of a serious faith. It is the evidence of one. I am renewing your voice, my child, because I have an assignment wrapped inside this renewal. Your story, the whole long walk of it, the surviving, the believing, the being carried. Somebody needs it. The granddaughter who is quietly drowning in her 20s needs to hear how you made it through yours. The neighbor who just lost his wife needs to hear that year 3 is softer than year 1. The young mother at church needs to know that the exhaustion ends and the children come back around. You keep thinking nobody wants to hear an old person's stories. My child, they are not stories. They are maps, and you are one of the last people alive holding them. So here's the assignment, small and unhurried. Tell one piece of your story this month to one person on purpose. Watch what it does to them. Watch what it does to you. There are few medicines I have made stronger than being useful to another soul. And testimony, my child, is useful twice. It steadies the hearer, and it reminds the teller that their God has been faithful all along the line. They overcame, my word says, by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Yours is still winning battles, my child. Go let it. I am renewing your purpose. You thought your usefulness was behind you. My child, listen carefully. I do not keep servants past their purpose. The fact that you woke up this morning means I still have plans for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Yes, a future. There are prayers only you can pray. There is wisdom only you can give. There are people, some you have not even met yet, whose lives will be touched because you are still here. Your presence on this earth is not an accident of time. It is my appointment. I am renewing your mind, my child, the one that frightens you with its small forgettings. Right now, I am laying my hand of peace over your thoughts, the way evening lays itself over a field. The racing slows, the files close. The prosecutor of midnight loses his voice. And hear my promise about your mind. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. A sound mind, my child, that is my gift and my guarantee to guard. Trust the keeping of your memories to me, the way you trust your valuables to a vault. What you cannot always retrieve, I never misplace. And the fear of forgetting, that fear itself, I am lifting it off you tonight. Because fear was never meant to live in a mind where I have made my home. From tonight, when a name hides from you, do not spiral. Smile and say inside, my Father knows it. And feel how the panic loses its footing. I am comforting your losses, my child, actively tonight, not just with words. Every empty chair in your life, I am standing beside it. Every crossed out name in your address book, I am holding safe on the other side. Blessed are those who mourn, I said, for they shall be comforted. And I did not mean comforted once at the funeral and then left to manage. I meant comforted continually, in waves, for as long as the mourning lasts. So tonight, I am sending a wave. Feel it, or simply trust it. The warmth that settles over your chest when you think of them now. That is not imagination. That is me keeping my word. And I am renewing your hope of reunion. This is not a poem, my child. It is the most solid promise I own, bought and proven when I walked out of my own grave. Because I live, they live also. And because you are mine, the parting is temporary. You are not walking away from your loved ones as the years pass. You are walking toward them. Every sunset brings you one day closer, not one day further. Let that truth reorder everything the losses have told you. You are not a person running out of people. You are a person whose family is gathering, half on earth, half in glory, waiting for the great table to be full. I am pouring strength into your small hours, my child, the daily negotiations I watched with you. Tomorrow morning, when you sit at the edge of the bed, I will sit there with you. When you take the careful first steps, my hand will be under your elbow. Feel for it. On the stairs, I will be one step below you, the way a father spots a climbing child. At the mirror, I will stand behind you and speak first, before the old voice can. This is my beloved. At the jar that will not open, at the glasses that hide, at the tide of the afternoon tiredness, in every small hour, I will be the extra strength you cannot explain. Watch for it tomorrow, my child. The day will be the same day, but you will not be carrying it the same way, because you will finally feel who else is holding it. I am honoring your invisible pain tonight with my own witness. Let me say over you what you have needed someone to say for years. I believe you. I have always believed you. Your pain is real. Your endurance is seen. And your cheerful covering of it is counted in heaven as valor. And more than witness, my child, I bring treatment the earth does not stock. My peace as a salve over the burning places. My presence as company inside the long, dull afternoons of it. And my promise cool and certain as evening. This pain is a tenant, not an owner. Its lease is temporary. There is coming a morning, I have already seen it, when you will move without a single ache, and you will laugh out loud at how light you are. Every pain you carry now is on a countdown, and I hold the clock. I am answering the deepest fear now, my child. The dependence, the keys, the feared rooms. I have carried you from the womb, and I am not a God who drops what he carries. So hear my arrangements. For every tomorrow you fear, provision is already assigned. If help must ever hold your arm, I will choose the help and soften the hands. If your world must ever grow smaller, I will move in closer, room by room, until the smallest room in your future holds more of me than the biggest room of your past. And those sovereignties you fear losing, one by one? My child, the essential you, the soul I love, the will that chooses me, the dignity I crowned you with, sits in a fortress no circumstance can enter. Whatever the years take, they cannot take you from you, because you are hidden with Christ in God. That address never changes.
Now let the fear go. It has been answered at the highest level. Sleep is safe, and I am transforming your waiting, my child. All of it, past and future. Abraham waited 25 years for the promised son, and the waiting built the faith the promise needed. Joseph waited 13 years between the dream and the throne, and the waiting built the man the throne needed. Hannah waited. David waited in caves. The disciples waited in an upper room, and what came upon them there set the whole world alight.
Waiting in my kingdom has never been dead time. It is greenhouse time. Something is always growing in it that could grow no other way. So all those waiting rooms of yours, all the slow afternoons, all the nights you lay awake feeling life had parked you in a corridor, look again, my child. The corridor was a greenhouse. And what has been growing in you all this time, the patience, the depth, the tenderness for other suffering souls, the unshakable knowing that I am real because nothing else could have held you. That harvest is nearly ready. Some of it you will begin tasting this very week. I am setting my peace between you and the burning world. Tonight, I take the news cycle off your shoulders. The wars are mine to end in their time. The economies are mine to steady. The future your grandchildren will walk, I'm already standing in it, preparing it, planting helpers and mercies all along their roads, some of them grown from your very prayers. Your watch is over for tonight, faithful sentry. The kingdom is governed. The king is awake. You may stand down and sleep. I'm cutting the thread of comparison, my child. Feel it fall away. Tonight I remove the neighbor's ease, the friend's golf games, the cousin's empty pill drawer from your accounting. They were never your measure. From tonight, only 2 questions measure your days. Did I walk with my God? And did I love? By those measures, the only ones written in my books, you are among the wealthiest souls I have. Your body is not failing faster than it should. It is finishing its long assignment at exactly the pace grace allows. And where it aches beyond its story, I am in the ache with renewing hands. I am restoring your dignity, my child. Everywhere the world has chipped it away, in every waiting room where you felt like a number, I am declaring over you, this is my child, in whom I delight. In every hurried appointment, every dismissive glance, every phone menu that never heard your voice, I heard your voice. I have never once put you on hold. And I want you to walk into your next appointment differently. Before you go through the door, whisper, "My Father goes with me." Then watch yourself sit a little taller. You are not a case. You are a co-heir of my kingdom who happens to be visiting a clinic. The staff cannot see the royalty in the room, but it is there, and it is you. I am redeeming your regrets, my child, beginning tonight. Every one you handed me a moment ago, I am already working on. The words you never said, I can carry messages, my child. Whisper them to me tonight, the apology, the love, the goodbye, and trust me with the delivery. I am very good with letters that have no address. The dreams you folded away, I am unfolding some of them even now. Not all dreams die of lateness. Some were only sleeping, waiting for a quieter season. Watch what stirs in you in the coming weeks. Do not dismiss it because of your age. Remember whose idea the dream was in the first place. And the roads not taken. My child, let me tell you a secret about those. You see one life with wrong turns. I see the whole map, and I have been redeeming your route the entire way. Some of the turns you call mistakes were detours I used to bring you to people who needed you, to lessons that saved you, to this very night, this very message, this very peace. Your road, with all its bends, has led you into my arms tonight. That is not a wasted road. I am working tonight on the broken family roads, my child. Hear what I am doing even while you sleep. Over the child who does not call, I am speaking softness. You cannot see what I am doing in that heart, the memories I am stirring at odd moments, the ways I bring your face to their mind in a checkout line, in a song, in their own child's expression. Reconciliation is being assembled, my child, quietly, the way spring is assembled underground in February. Do not judge the season by the snow on it. I am keeping the grandchildren close to you in ways the miles cannot interrupt. Every prayer you speak over them arrives instantly. Prayer has no distance. And I am planting your love in them deeper than their busy parents know. The smell of your kitchen, the sound of your voice reading, the feel of being utterly safe in your lap. These are seeds with long clocks, my child. They will bloom in those children at 40, at 50, in moments when they need exactly what you planted. And the old rift with the brother, the sister, the friend? Tonight, do just one thing with it. Forgive in advance. Not for their sake, for yours and for mine. Forgiveness is not saying it did not matter. It is refusing to carry the coals any further in your own two hands. Set them down here, next to the bed. If reunion is possible on this earth, I will build it. And if it must wait for mine, I will build it there, where every misunderstanding dissolves in full light, and family is family again, forever. You have carried these stones for years, my child. Feel how much lighter the coat is tonight. I am blessing the love in your house, my child. If your beloved still sleeps beside you, tonight I renew the covenant over you both. I bless the years you have weathered together and the ones still coming. I will be the third strand in your cord, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. And that unspoken fear about who goes first, give it to me, both of you, and I will trade it for this. Whichever one of you I call first, I myself will stay behind with the other. That is my personal promise to every faithful pair. Neither of you will ever face that house alone, because I will be in it. And if the bed has long been half empty, my child, then tonight I renew a different covenant, mine with you. I will be your companion in the quiet. I will sit with you at the small table. I will fill the silence not with noise, but with presence. The Lord your Maker is your husband, my word says, your defender, your provider, your closest kin. The love you lost taught you how to love. Bring that skill to me. I receive it all, and I return it multiplied. I am renewing your sleep itself, my child. The nights of tossing and watching the ceiling, I am speaking to them now. I give my beloved sleep. That is my word, and you are my beloved. Tonight, I am teaching your body to rest again. The deep kind of rest you remember from long ago, when you slept without guarding anything, because someone stronger was watching the house. Someone stronger is watching the house tonight. Let that truth carry you under, soft and safe. I am restoring the years, my child. Hear this promise, because it is one of my most tender ones. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten, the years lost to sickness, the years swallowed by grief, the years spent surviving instead of living. You look back and see waste and loss. I look at those same years and prepare a harvest of restoration you cannot yet imagine. Nothing you have lost is truly lost while I am your God. I have ways of giving back that the world has no arithmetic for. I am renewing your courage too. Courage for the waiting room. Courage for the test results. Courage for the conversations you have been avoiding. When you walk into that appointment, you will not walk in alone. I will go before you, and I will stand beside you. And whatever is spoken in that room will pass first through my hands. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And I am renewing your breath. Right now, feel it moving in and out of you, steady and unearned. Every breath is mine to give, and I have never once forgotten to give it. I breathed into you at the beginning, and I have kept breathing life into you for all these thousands of days. As long as there is breath in you, there is purpose in you. Tonight, let every breath remind you, He is still giving. He is still giving. He is still giving. And now, my child, let me do something I love to do. Let me bless this body of yours, part by part, from crown to sole, the way a craftsman walks through a beloved house at evening, touching the walls he built and calling them good. Stay very still, breathe slow, and receive. I bless your head tonight, the gray upon it, which my word calls a crown of glory. I bless the mind within it, every thought quieting now, every memory safe in my keeping, every worry dissolving like mist when the sun rises. I bless your eyes. They have seen so much, beauty and loss, war and weddings, faces arriving into the world and faces leaving it. Rest now, faithful eyes. Tonight you do not have to watch for anything. I am watching. I bless your ears, and I quiet for you the sounds of the day, the news, the noise, the hard words. Let the last sound they hold tonight be my voice saying, "You are loved." I bless your mouth and the thousands of kind words it has spoken across a lifetime. May the words you speak to yourself become as gentle as the ones you have always given others. I bless your neck and your shoulders where the burdens sat. The burdens are mine now. Feel the muscles let go, fiber by fiber. Down, soft, free. I bless your heart, faithful drummer of all your days. I steady its rhythm tonight. I ease its work.
I fill its chambers with peace. Every beat between now and morning is under my watch, and every beat is a gift I am still glad to give. I bless your lungs and the breath in them. Breathe in, that is mine to you. Breathe out, that is yours to me. All night long we will trade these gifts, you and I, even while you sleep. I bless your arms and your hands resting open on the blanket. Every good thing they have done is remembered. Every ache in them is seen. New usefulness is coming to them, gentler, but no less holy. I bless your back, your hips, the long-suffering architecture of you. Sink into the mattress, weary frame. Tonight the bed holds you, and I hold the bed, and underneath everything are the everlasting arms. I bless your knees, your legs, your feet, the 10,000 miles of you. Roads walked in duty, floors paced in worry, aisles walked in joy. Rest now, faithful feet. Tomorrow's steps will have new strength in them, and every one of them I have already gone ahead to prepare. There, from crown to sole, you are blessed, my child, signed and sealed tonight. And now, while you grow heavier with sleep, let me walk through your house, my child, and bless it room by room, the way you would walk a beloved guest to the door with a lamp. I bless this bedroom where you lie. Let it be a harbor from tonight on. Let worry lose its permission to enter here. When you cross this threshold at night, let your shoulders learn to drop. I bless the kitchen and the years of nourishment that have flowed from it. Every meal you ever made in love is remembered. Let the morning coffee tomorrow taste like a small communion, because I will be at the table. I bless the living room and every conversation it has held, the laughter soaked into its walls, the prayers whispered in its corners, the long evenings, the good news, and the hard news received there. It is not an empty room, my child. It is a full one, full of witness. I bless the hallway with the photographs. Every face and every frame I am watching over tonight. The ones on earth and the ones with me. As you pass those frames tomorrow, do not only ache, nod to them. The story those pictures tell is not over. I bless the door and everyone who will knock on it in the coming year. May I choose the visitors. And I bless the windows and the light that will come through them tomorrow, which I am already mixing tonight. A little gold, a little mercy. This house has been a faithful servant to your family, my child.
Tonight it is a chapel, and you are safe in it, and its keeper does not sleep. I am renewing your provision as well. Hear this before sleep takes you. The counting you do, the stretching of pensions and pantries, I have seen every column of it, and I remain the God of the widow's oil that did not run dry, of the flour that lasted, of the 5 loaves that fed thousands. Your needs are not a strain on my resources, my child. They never have been. Seek first my kingdom. You have sought it all your life, and all these things shall be added to you. Sleep tonight like a child whose father has already done the shopping for tomorrow. And before sleep takes you fully, my child, walk back with me once, not to ache, to see. Let me show you your own life the way I saw it. because renewal includes the past. I was there when you were born. The first hands that received you were mine before any others. I heard your first cry and called it a good sound. I was there in your childhood, in the tall grass, in the schoolyard, in the small griefs that felt enormous, in the house that was happy or the house that was hard. Especially if it was hard, my child. I was closest then, keeping the flame of you alive. I was there in your youth, in the choices, the loves, the leavings. I watched you become yourself. I was proud of you at ages when you were not proud of yourself. I was there on your wedding day, if you had one. I heard the vows. I have kept my copy. I was there in the delivery rooms, the first hands again. I was there in the years of building, the jobs, the mortgages, the endless driving of children, the tiredness of your 30s and 40s that you thought no one noticed. I was there in the breaking years, too. The diagnosis, the funeral, the betrayal, the year you do not talk about. My child, I was not watching from far away in those years. I was carrying. You know those stretches where you look back and cannot explain how you survived? You did not survive them. You were carried through them. Now you know. And I've been here in these quiet years, every day of them, at the small table, in the slow mornings, in this very room, waiting for a night exactly like tonight, when you would finally sit still long enough to hear how the whole story looks from my side. Loved every chapter, every page, loved. Nothing wasted, nothing random, nothing unforgiven. And the best chapter, my child, I say this as the author, the best chapter is not behind you, and I am refilling your days with small purposes, one for each morning. A neighbor who will need your wave, a grandchild who will need your voice, a stranger who will need your smile in a checkout line and will carry it unknowing for years. A prayer only you will think to pray. These are not small things, my child. In my kingdom, these are the great things, and your calendar of them stretches on and on. And I am making things new. That is my nature, my child. Behold, I make all things new. Not some things, all things. Your tomorrow does not have to look like your yesterday. Your next season does not have to be a slow fading. With me, the path of the righteous shines brighter and brighter until the full light of day. Brighter, my child, not dimmer. That is the direction of your road when you walk it with me. And let me bless the week ahead of you, my child, day by day, so you can walk into it the way a traveler walks a road already scouted. I bless your Monday. The week will try to arrive all at once. Do not let it. I portion the manna daily, and Monday's portion is already measured, already sufficient. One day, one grace. Enough. I bless your Tuesday, and whatever ordinary errands it holds. I will be in the car, in the store, in the line, in the small talk. Watch for me in the ordinary. That is where I hide most often and where I most love being found. I bless your Wednesday, the middle day, when weeks sag and old aches argue loudest. Extra strength is assigned there. Midweek manna, warm from the oven. I bless your Thursday and any waiting it contains. Results, calls, letters, whatever news any day of this week carries, remember, it must pass through my hands before it reaches yours, and my hands do not fumble. I bless your Friday, and I ask you to do one thing with it, one small delight chosen on purpose. The good tea, the long porch sit, the call to someone who laughs easily. Receive it as sacrament, my child. Joy taken with thanksgiving is a form of praise. I bless your Saturday. Rest without guilt, remember. Even I rested and called the day holy for it. And I bless your Sunday, however you keep it. In the pew or in the chair by the window, I will meet you in it personally. Bring me the week. I will trade you peace for it. And we will begin again, together, always together. There, my child, 7 days, 7 blessings, all signed tonight. The week cannot surprise you now. It has already been walked through by someone who loves you. So tonight, while you sleep, my renewal will continue working in you like rain soaking into dry ground. You do not have to strain. You do not have to earn it. You only have to receive it, the way the earth receives the morning. And when you wake tomorrow, I want you to look for the small signs. A little more ease in your first steps, a little more quiet in your mind, a little more warmth in your heart. Renewal rarely arrives as a flood, my child. It arrives as a sunrise, gradually, gently, and then unmistakably. Let me show you tomorrow, my child, the way I intend it, so you can walk into it expecting me. You will wake, and before the worries can reach the bed, my mercies will already be there. They rise earlier than worries do. Lie still for 1 extra minute and receive them. Say, "Thank you, Father," before your feet touch the floor. That one sentence will set the compass of the whole day. At the mirror, you will hear the old voice start its inventory, and then you will remember tonight, and you will stand a little straighter because you will know whose you are. At breakfast, I will be at the table. Tell me anything. The chair across from you is not empty anymore. Understand that from now on. It has never really been empty. Through the day, watch for the planted joys. One of them will be so precisely aimed that you will laugh, and that laugh will be mine to enjoy with you. If pain visits, we will carry it together, hour by hour, the way we always have. Except now you will know we are two carrying it, not one. And when evening comes and you return to this bed, you will come back a person 1 full day deeper into renewal. Night by night, my child, sunrise by sunrise. That is how I remake my children, not in a moment, but in a rhythm. And the rhythm began tonight. My child, if these words have touched something deep in you tonight, pause for just a moment. If you are receiving this renewal, write, "Amen, I receive it" below. Your words have power when they agree with mine. And if you know someone else who is tired, a sister, a brother, a friend who carries too much, share this message with them. Weariness hides in so many homes tonight. Your one small share might be the door I walk through to reach them. And subscribe so that tomorrow night when the weight returns and the world grows loud, my voice will already be here, waiting for you. Some of you found this channel tonight by what you call accident, a suggestion, a stray tap, a sleepless scroll. My child, you know better now. Make this a nightly appointment, you and I, at the closing of the day. The world gives you its news every evening. Let me give you mine. You are loved, you are kept, and you are being renewed. That is the only headline that will still be true in 10,000 years. Now come back close. We are not finished. The deepest part of tonight is still ahead. Now, my child, before you drift toward sleep, we must speak honestly about the doubts. I know they are there. I see them circling even now, like birds that will not land. There is a voice in you that whispers, "This is too late for me. Renewal is for younger people. My body is too far gone." My child, was Sarah too old when I gave her laughter and a son? Was Moses too old at 80 when I called him to his life's greatest work? Was Anna too old, serving in my temple, when her aged eyes were chosen to see the promised child? I have a long history of doing my best work in people the world had already counted out. Your age does not disqualify you. In my kingdom, it often means you are finally ready. There is another voice that says, "But I prayed before, and nothing changed. I asked for healing, and the pain stayed." I know, my child, and I know how much that silence cost you. I do not ask you to pretend it did not hurt. But hear me. No prayer you ever prayed was wasted. Every single one was received, recorded, and woven into a plan too large for you to see from where you stand. Some of my answers come quickly. Some come slowly. Some come in forms you did not expect and have not yet recognized. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Even now, in the very place where you feel weakest, my power is resting on you. There is a voice that says, "I am a burden now. My family would be freer without my needs." My child, that voice does not come from me, and I want you to refuse it the moment you hear it. You are not a burden. You are a blessing that requires care, as every blessing does. The people who love you do not love you for what your body can do. They love you because you are you. And long before any of them loved you, I did. You could never be a burden to the one who delights in carrying you. There is a voice that says, "What if it all gets worse? What if the worst thing I fear is coming?" My child, do not walk into rooms that fear builds. Almost nothing in those rooms ever becomes real. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. When I said, "I will never leave you nor forsake you," I meant every day you have left, the easy ones and the hard ones alike. Whatever tomorrow holds, it will also hold me, and that changes everything. There is a voice that says, "I should not bother God with my small things. He has wars and famines to attend. My aching hip, my leaky faucet, my lonely Tuesday. These are too little to pray about." My child, who taught you that my attention has a minimum size? The same God who counts galaxies counts your hairs. I notice sparrows, my child. Market sparrows, 2 for a penny. Your Tuesday is not beneath me. Your hip is not beneath me. Nothing about you has ever been beneath me, because love does not sort its beloved's needs into worthy and unworthy piles. Your grandmother did not scold the grandchild who brought her a scraped knee instead of a broken leg. She took the knee and kissed it, and was glad to be brought anything at all. Bring me everything, my child. The small things are where daily love lives, and I am a daily God. There is a voice that says, "The world of faith I knew is disappearing. The old hymns are gone. The churches are emptier or louder or stranger. My kind of believing belongs to a museum." My child, forms change. The rock does not. The hymns you love are still sung where it matters most. I hear them in your kitchen when you hum, and heaven's choir knows every verse. And hear this, far from being a relic, you are becoming rare treasure. A person who has actually walked with me for 50, 60, 70 years. Do you know what that is worth in a world starving for anything real? The young believers around you do not need you to be modern. They need you to be proof. Proof that faith holds for a whole lifetime. Proof that the promises keep. Stand in a room and simply be that, my child, and you will out-preach 100 stages. There is a voice that says, "These are just words. Beautiful words, but words. Nothing is actually happening to me." My child, consider what my words have done before you doubt what they can do. I said, "Let there be light," and you have seen the sun. Every mountain you have ever admired, every ocean, every springtime, began as my word. My words are not decorations, my child. They are seeds, and they are already planted in you tonight. And seeds do their work in the dark, silently, whether the field believes in them or not. You do not have to feel a seed growing for the harvest to come. Sleep. The words will work. There is a voice that says, "Why would God attend to one old person in one small house among billions?" My child, you misunderstand the size of my heart. I am not a God who manages crowds. I am a shepherd who counts sheep and leaves the 99 for the one. I number the hairs on your head. I notice every sparrow that falls. And I have engraved you by name, not humanity in general, on the palms of my hands. The billions do not dilute my attention. Infinity does not divide. You have all of me tonight, as if you were the only child I ever had. That is the mathematics of heaven, and it has always been in your favor. There is a voice that says, "But I have never felt your presence." Others describe warmth, chills, tears. I feel ordinary. Maybe I am not built for God. My child, do you feel the earth turning? Yet it carries you 1,000,000 miles a year. Do you feel your own heart beating most hours? Yet it keeps you alive every second. The deepest carryings are the ones too constant to feel. I have held you your whole life
with that same constant grip, too steady to register as sensation.
Do not measure my presence by your skin, my child. Measure it by your history. You're still here, still standing, still soft-hearted after everything. That is what being held looks like from the outside. And tonight, feeling or no feeling, take my word for the fact. I am in this room. And there is a voice that says, my faith is too small for renewal. Others believe so strongly. Mine flickers. My child, I never asked for a bonfire. I said a mustard seed. I said a bruised reed I will not break, and a smoking flax I will not quench. A flicker is a flame, my child. And flickering faith that keeps showing up is worth more in heaven's eyes than easy certainty that costs nothing. You are here at the end of a long day, listening for your Father's voice. That is faith. It is enough. I have never once required my children to believe perfectly, only to come. And you came. And there is a voice, my child, that only visits in the smallest hours. And I will name it gently because it is the one you guard most closely. The fear of the last door. The wondering what it will be like, whether it will hurt, whether you will be alone, what is truly on the other side. Come very close for this one, my child. First, you have never done anything for the first time without me, and you will not do that either. I have walked 10,000 of my children through that door personally, and I have never once sent anyone through it alone. Not one. When the moment comes, and I am not saying it is near, my child, I am saying when, you will find it is not a door into darkness at all. It is a door out of it. Second, what waits on the other side is not strangeness. It is home. More familiar than your childhood kitchen. The faces you have missed. The voice you are hearing right now. No longer in an earphone or a speaker, but face to face. My word says, absent from the body, present with the Lord. There is no gap, my child, no cold corridor. One breath here, the next breath there, and the next breath is easier. And third, until that day, every one of your days is mine to guard and fill. Do not spend them rehearsing the last one. I have already stood in it, and I can tell you, it is the lightest of them all, and you will wonder afterward why you ever feared it. Now let even that oldest fear lie down. It is heard from its master, and there is one last voice, the quietest one, that says, do I even deserve renewal? You do not know the things I have done, the ways I have failed. My child, I know all of it. Every failure, every secret, every regret you carry like a stone in your pocket. I knew it all before you were born, and I loved you anyway, and I love you now. As far as the east is from the west, so far have I removed your transgressions from you. My renewal is not a reward for the perfect, it is a gift for the willing. And you, here, listening, with your heart open, you are willing. So let every one of those doubting voices grow silent now, one by one, like lights going off in a house at bedtime. The only voice left in this room is mine. And my voice says, you are loved, you are kept, and you are being made new. Now, my child, pray with me. Whisper these words if you can, or simply let your heart follow along. Slowly, there is no hurry in this room. Father, here I am. Not the strong version of me, the real one. Thank you for seeing everything tonight. The aches, the fears, the empty chairs, the 3 a.m. thoughts, and for staying. Father, I come to you tired, and I lay it all down. I give you my weary body, every ache and every fear inside it. I give you my crowded mind, every worry I have carried today. I give you my heart with all its old wounds and quiet hopes. Renew me tonight, Lord, from the inside out. Renew my strength like the eagles. Renew my joy. Renew my purpose. Renew my faith. I believe you are not finished with me. I believe my best gifts are still ahead of me. I forgive, Father. Help me forgive everyone whose absence or hardness added weight to my years. And I forgive myself because you have forgiven me first. Guard my mind and keep my memories. Comfort me for everyone I missed tonight, and keep them close to you until I come. Provide for my needs. Watch over my family while I cannot. Renew my faith where it has grown tired. Watch over me as I sleep, and let me wake with new strength. I receive your renewal now in every part of me, body, mind, heart, and spirit. I am not too old. I am not finished. I am yours. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. That was beautiful, my child. Heaven heard every word. Now the prayer is finished, and there is nothing left for you to do. No more striving tonight. No more worrying tonight. Only rest. Let your whole body sink into the bed. You are safe here. I am watching over you now. Feel your breathing slow down. In and out. Slow and easy. With every breath out, a little more weight leaves you. With every breath in, my peace fills the space it left behind. Again, my child, in and out. The day is folding itself up now, like laundry done and put away. Whatever was left unfinished today, it is mine until morning. I keep unfinished things beautifully. Whatever was said or unsaid today, mine too. I untangle words while my children sleep. Whatever hurt today, I am sitting with it tonight, so you do not have to. In and out. The bed is holding you. The house is holding the bed. The night is holding the house. And I am holding all of it. Held, my child, all the way down. Held. Your feet can rest now. They carried you far today. Well done. Your legs can rest now, heavy and warm and still. Your hands can rest now, open on the blanket. Nothing to hold, nothing to fix. Your shoulders can rest now. The weight is mine tonight. Your heart can rest now. I am guarding it while you sleep. He who keeps you will not slumber, my child. I stay awake so you do not have to. Renewal is already moving through you, quiet as breath. While you sleep, I am working. While you sleep, I am mending. While you sleep, I am making things new. You do not need to feel it for it to be true. The seed grows in the dark. The dew falls in silence. And my renewal works best in a sleeping child at peace. Let me walk you through the old psalm now, my child. Slowly, the one you have known your whole life. Let it be the path your mind walks down into sleep. The Lord is my shepherd. Say it inside, my shepherd, mine. I shall not want, not tonight. Nothing is missing tonight. Everything needed is here. He makes me lie down in green pastures. You are lying down now. The pasture is this bed, this room, this quiet. He leads me beside the still waters. Hear them, my child, still waters. No storms on this water tonight. Only stillness, wide and soft. He restores my soul. Right now, this hour, restoring. That is the renewal, moving through you like slow, warm light. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow, I will fear no evil. Why, my child? For you are with me. I am with you. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Protected, guided, comforted, all three, all night. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. All the days, my child. The ones behind you, they were followed, and the ones ahead, goodness and mercy are already walking in them, waiting for you. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Forever. That is your address, my child. That is where all of this is going. Home. Rest in that word now, forever. Now, let us count down together, my child, from 10. With every number, sink one layer deeper toward sleep. 10. The day is over. It cannot ask anything more of you. 9. The doors are locked. I am the doorkeeper now. 8. Your body is heavy on the bed. Good. Let the bed do the holding. 7. The worries are lifting off one by one, like birds at dusk. 6. Your breathing is slower now, deeper, easy. 5. Halfway down, my child. It is safe here. It is soft here. 4. The old aches are being quieted one by one under my hand. 3. Even your thoughts are yawning now. Let them curl up. 2. Almost there. My arms are already around you. 1. Rest, my beloved. Just rest. Think of a garden at night, my child. No one is watching it. No one is working in it. And yet everything is growing. The roots reach deeper in the dark. The fruit ripens in silence. You are my garden tonight. Grow while you sleep. Heal while you sleep. Be renewed while you sleep. So sleep, my child. Sleep and let go of today. Sleep and do not fear tomorrow. I am already there preparing it, softening it, filling it with small mercies you will discover one by one. Let my words rock you now, my child. Slow as a port swing, soft as a summer evening. You are safe. You are loved. You are being made new. Breathe in my peace. Breathe out the day. Breathe in my strength. Breathe out the worry. Breathe in my love. Breathe out everything else. There is nothing to solve tonight. There is nothing to earn tonight. There is nothing to fear tonight. The shepherd has the flock. The Father has the house. The keeper has the night. Rest, dear one. Rest. You do not have to hold anything up tonight. Not the family, not the finances, not the future, not even your own eyelids. Everything you have been holding, I am holding now. Feel the difference. That lightness spreading through your chest. That is what being carried feels like when you finally stop helping. Just be carried, my child. Carried and quiet and safe. Your Heavenly Father is rocking the world gently tonight, and you are in His lap. The stars are out over your roof right now. I hung every one of them, and I know each by name, and not one of them is worried. Be like the stars tonight, my child. Shine where you are placed, and let the heavens turn without your help. The night is deep now. The voice you are hearing is growing softer, but I am not going anywhere. When this recording ends, I do not end. Remember that. The voice stops. The presence stays. I will be here at midnight. I will be here at 3. I will be here when the birds begin. Sleep now, deep and dreamless, or dreaming only of good things. Sleep like you slept as a child, when someone stronger locked the doors, and you never even wondered about them. Someone stronger has locked the doors tonight. You are not too old. You are dearly loved. You are not worn out. You are being renewed. You are not alone. You were never alone. I was with you in your first cradle. I am with you in this bed tonight. And I will be with you every night after, until I bring you safely home. Listen to the quiet of the house now, my child. That quiet is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is a room with its keeper in it. The clock ticks. That is time passing on my schedule, not yours to manage anymore tonight. The house settles. That is the walls resting too. Everything rests where I keep watch. If a car passes, let its sound stretch away down the road and take a worry with it. If the wind moves, let it be my breath over the roof, saying, covered, covered, covered. You are covered, my child. covered by mercy, covered by blood, covered by wings. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. Feel the wing come over you now, feathered, dark, warm, unhurried. Nothing reaches you here without passing through me first. Nothing ever has. Sleep is very close now. Do not reach for it. Let it come to you, like everything else that is mine to give. Heavy and warm and held. Heavy and warm and held. My child, my dear, dear child, if no one has said it today, let me be the one. I am so glad you exist. The world is better with you in it, and heaven is richer for loving you. Good night, beloved. Good night. And through every watch of this night, my child, I will be on duty. In the first hour, while you drift, I will be smoothing the day's creases out of your mind. In the deep middle of the night, while the house ticks and settles, I will be standing guard at every door, the real ones and the ones in your dreams. If you half wake at 2 or 3, you will feel the room is peaceful, and you will not know why, and it will be because I am in it. Roll over, my child. Go back down into sleep like a boat settling into calm water. The night is mine. I know every hour of it by name. In the hour before dawn, when the birds begin before the light does, I will already be preparing your new mercies, measuring them out fresh, warm, sufficient, like bread before a bakery opens. And when you wake, I will be the first one with you. Before your feet find the floor, my love will already be awake and waiting. You have never had an unguarded night in your life, my child. You will not have one tonight. Rest now. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives, my peace. Peace over your body from crown to soul. Peace over your mind and every memory in it. Peace over your family, near and far, every name, every face. Peace over this house and every room of it. Peace over your yesterdays, all forgiven, all redeemed. Peace over your tomorrows, all prepared, all attended. Deeper and deeper, and softer and slower. Tomorrow, if anyone asks how you slept, you will say, well, better than in a long time. And you will not quite know how to explain it. This is how. You were prayed over all night. You were watched over all night. You were loved, actively, deliberately, all night. It will happen again tomorrow night, and the night after. This is your new inheritance, my child. Guarded nights and renewed mornings all the way home. The house is quiet, the night is mine, and you are safe. And if you are still awake, my child, if sleep is being slow with you tonight, that is all right too. Do not fight. Do not count the hours. Just stay here with me. There is no failure in this bed tonight. Some of my best visits happen with children who cannot sleep. Let your eyes stay closed anyway. Rest is still happening. The body repairs in stillness even before dreams come. And my renewal does not wait for you to be unconscious. It is working now. It has been working since the first word of this message. So we will simply keep company, you and I. Think of one thing you're thankful for. Just one. Hold it like a warm stone. Now another. Slowly, no hurry. Gratitude is a staircase down into sleep, my child. Take it one step at a time. Thankful and breathing. Thankful and sinking. Thankful and held. There you go, my child. There you go. Sleep now, my beloved child. I am here. I will still be here when you wake. Let me show you tomorrow morning one more time from here inside the edge of sleep. The light will come up slow and gold at the window. The birds will start. First one, then the answering others. My morning choir. They sing for you whether you wake for it or not. The house will warm. The kettle will wait. The chair will hold your shape ready. And you will wake, not with the old dread, but with a strange, small lightness you cannot name at first. Then you will remember, someone renewed me in the night. And you will say, thank you, Father, before your feet even find the floor. And I will say, because I will already be there, good morning, my child. We begin again, you and I. That is tomorrow. It is already made. It is already good. You can let go of it now. New strength is coming with the morning. New mercy is already waiting. It is new every morning, just for you. Close your eyes. Breathe. Rest. The Lord is your shepherd. You shall not want. He makes you lie down. He restores your soul. Goodness and mercy are at the door, keeping watch until morning. Sleep, my child. The renewal is working. The angels are posted. The morning is already being prepared, warm and new. Sleep. And take these 3 words to keep under your pillow, my child. When you wake in the night, reach for them. Kept. You are kept. Not managing alone, not slipping through the cracks. Kept the way a treasure is kept. Known. Every inch and hour of you. No performance needed ever again, anywhere with me. Loved. Before your first breath, past your last one, without pause, without condition, without end. Kept, known, loved. Say them slowly with me, one time inside. Kept, known, loved. That is who you are tonight. That is who you will still be in the morning. That is who you will be forever. You are my child. You are my beloved. You are my joy. I knew you before the world began, and I have loved you every moment since. Nothing you did today changed that. Nothing you will do tomorrow could. Rest inside that love. It is the safest place there is. Softer now. Slower now. Deeper now. Let go, my child. I have got you. I have always had you. I will have you forever. I love you, my child. Tonight and tomorrow and always. Sleep in my arms. Amen.